Our word for this week is humility. Humility is the quality of being meek in one's approach to themselves and others, and to live as a creation of God. I got that definition by melding together the definition of the way the Bible describes humility, as well as the academic definition found in the Oxford Dictionary. Humility is an elusive thing in our world today. Abba Thaddeus of the Orthodox Christian faith, a monk, says this: until you have suffered much in your heart, you cannot learn humility. I think that's so very true. Humility should be something that we know as a result of our journey through life. Humility should be a goal of all who seek to follow Christ. Our culture refuses to acknowledge that godly humility is a virtue. It doesn't look at it as a very good virtue. It looks at it as weakness. It looks at it as failure. But that's not what it is. We need to always be in the building mode, or the mode of building ourselves up, in order to have humility. And when we have it, we can allow others to thrive and prosper. Micah says, a life that is well lived involves walking humbly with your God. When we walk humbly with our God, we understand that God is our creator. We see him as the source of all blessings that come our way. We never try to take his place. We live a life of love and not judgment. We always think of the needs of the other. That's what we need to live, to walk humbly with God. It was always God's dream, God's ambition, God's will, if you please, for us to walk with him in the cool of the evening as he did in the garden with Adam and Eve. But Adam and Eve decided they weren't going to walk humbly with God. They were going to put aside humility and take things over themselves. And they fell. And they fell hard. And they were cast out of the garden. But God has sought for you and me to walk humbly with him ever since the fall of Adam. It is his will and his desire that we learn about humility. You see, humility is not a destination. It's a journey. It's a stop along the way. It's a stop. When we stop sometime, we can pause, and we can pause with humility and know that God is with us. So I hope this day and every day you'll have opportunity to take that pause and to stop with God, and to stop and walk with him for just a moment so others can pass you, so things can happen that will be so grand and so wonderful. We need to pray now. Pray this prayer of humility with me. Lord, humility allows us to accomplish so much more than we can when we are stuffed to overflowing with pride. As we surrender to the humility of knowing that we are your creation, we can see clearly your love for us. Help me, Lord, to discover my true worth so that I may discard my false worth. My false worth is of my own creation and must be laid aside and replaced by my God-created worth as shown by the God who walks with me. Amen. I hope you've enjoyed this little snippet on humility, this little devotional. To read more about not only humility but other words, you might check my website, www.ijboudreau.com. You can find it written across your screen right now, and I hope you'll log in from time to time and check with us. Be humble today. Enjoy the humility that God has given you, and I know that you will live a better life. Amen.